All right, so let's take a look at this lead guitar solo here. So we're going to kind of slide this middle finger up towards the 13. We're really going to hit this bottom string on the 12. So you're coming up to the 12, you're going to hit the 13, back to 12, and the 10. Slide the 10 down. So it's a little slide from the 12 to the 10. So that little phrase is second string, 10, 12, and 13. Obviously twice on the 13. 12, 10, 12 on the G. So your last notes are the 10 and 9 on the G down to that 12th fret of the D string. So we got... So you kind of stop on the way down and have a little bit of a vibrato on that 12th fret of the G string. So our new phrase is going to start on this 12. 9, 10, 9 on the G. 12 in the D, back to that 9 on the G. Sliding the 12 down to 10 to the 8 on the D. So we got... Okay. Then we're going to go. So it could either be kind of like 10 going up to 12 and down to 8, or you could have the 8 a little ahead of that. So that's going to be 10 and 12 on the G. Now some tabs have it like 10 to 12 there without that 8 in front. Kind of sounds like an 8 in front to me, but you know, these things can go a lot of different ways. There's a lot of detail in there. So if you want to do it kind of without the 8, it'd be like 10 to 12, back to 8. And then G string. So we're going to have this rake down to this 12. So the 13 to 12, back to 10. So he gets kind of staccato on that second time. So you got the 13, 12, 10, and then 13 to 10, 12 in the G. So you bend down from that 12 and pull off to the 10 and slide down to the 9. And then we got a 9, 10, 9, 7. So that's 7, 6, 7. 7 to 9. Twice on that 7 on the D. Now at this point, we're going to slide the 7 to 9 and then hammer onto the 11. So kind of going up a scale there, we're going to have the 7, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11, 12, 14, 16. So it ends up being... We're going to bend that 16 up and down a little bit, down to the 15. Then we had that 13 to the 12. Half step bend on that one. To the 10. So at the end of that we have 13, we have chromatic. We have 13, 12, 11, 10. Same thing on the next. Now on this third string we're going to kind of do this quick half step slide. And when you come down to that 10, I suggest coming down to that ring finger because it's easier to bend that ring finger. Especially because it sounds like he kind of does a pull off there at the end. So That'd be kind of easier to pull off that way and get your bend good with that ring finger. So that kind of thing. So let's run through the whole solo one more time. So we got. All right. More on dogs coming soon. Thanks for watching. See you later. Please like and subscribe. All right, so this is a lesson on Dogs by Pink Floyd. This is the second main electric guitar solo, way into the song. It's like 14, 15 minutes into the song. So this one is in standard tuning. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come up here and we're gonna go. So you kind of slide in from somewhere below and you get into the 17th fret, that E note there. You're gonna give some vibrato to that. Then you're gonna do one of those 1.5 step bends up and down. So it's like the equivalent of like the 18th fret. So it's like, give more vibrato, and then we're gonna bend this 13th fret of the second string, kind of let it come down to, and then, and that's gonna be 12 in the G string, 10, 12, 12 in the D. So we got. So that was 12, that D note, to 9 and 10 here in the G. So we got. So here we got 6 and 5, and then 3 pull-offs on the 7-5 on the G string. And then this one kind of goes. So 7, 5, 7, and then 7, 5, 3. Then you hammer to that 5, 5 back to 3. So. So that's going to be sliding into the 7 of the G string from like the 5, and then hitting the 5 of the second string and bending this one up. That's another 1.5 step bend there, like up to the 10th fret sound kind of thing. Now when you bend that one way up, you let it just come down. You don't have to hit it again. Okay, so this is 12 to 13 to 15. So you hit the 12, 13, and you slide the 13 to 15. And then you do the same type of thing, 13, 15, 17. And then 15, 17, 20. And you bend that 20 up. So we got. And then when you come down from that bend, you're gonna hit this 21st fret. Da-da-da-dum. 18, 17. So let's look at all that again. pull-off 17 to 15. Now this next one is 2 pull-offs, 15, 14 twice to the 17 of the B string. And then you start this thing. So that's going to go down da-dum, 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 2 notes at a time. You got 15 to 14, 14, 12, 12, 10, 10, 8, 8, 7, 7, 5, 5, 3. So let's look at all that again. And then we have, so that's the G string, 4, 4 to 6 to 4 to 2. Then we got 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4 to the 5, 4, 5, 7, and that's 5, 7 to 8, 7, 8, 10. So let's look at all that again. Okay, then we do this thing called a whole tone scale. Okay, so a whole tone scale is one step all the way. So we come up here to the 19th fret. We're gonna slide up from, you can slide up from the octave if you want the 7th. That'd be the same note. So we're going up to the 19th fret, and did you know this? Like these, when you got these dots here, this first dot, that's that first dot past the 12. And the second dot and third dot, that's those next ones. If you didn't know that, the octave type of thing. It's a good way to go like, there's a dot there, and here's the start over point. There's that first dot again. So sometimes if you're like over here, it's easy to see where you might go. Here's an A minor pentatonic. Use those dots to your benefit. Okay, so once again, this whole tone scale is going to be starting on the 19th fret, 19, 17, 15, and then 17, 15, 13, and then 15, 13, 11, 13, 11, 9, 11, 9, 7, 9, 7, 5, 7, 5, 3, 5, 3, 1. So that is one of 3 different parts that are playing all of that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. There's a guitar at the end of that that goes, and that leads, that's the end of that part, leads into that next like triple kind of lead, triple bend kind of lead. So once again, we had the, now you end on that 3, and the rest of this riff would go like this 2 here, bending up like a step and a half, kind of pulling off, doing a pull off on this D string, so. Now it's going to do kind of a trill there. Going to go to that 3, the C note on the A string. A little bend up and down on that 2 there on the D string. And then it has a series of kind of pull-offs, 3-0, 3-0, and goes up to that D note to finish it off. So once again, that'd be like. So what I did that time was I didn't pick each set. I just let it all be with the strength of the pull-offs, making those new notes. Here's the higher harmony of that whole tone scale riff. Starts on the 18th fret and does the same type of thing. Every time it's a whole step or 2 frets worth going down. And it's going to end on the 1 down there at the end. So all the way down, it went down to like 2 in the open to the 1. Now the third and final harmony of this one is going to start in the 19th fret of the G string. It's going to go all the way down in that whole tone scale. This is the one that's going to end up on the A note, the 2nd fret of the G string, and that's going to be the one that does that big bend and that little riff flourish at the end there. Okay, so that's the one that goes with that. So if we look at the first one again, we had the 19th fret of the B string. So that one would just hold that 3 right there. Then the higher one was the 18th fret of the E string. And that one pulled off the 2 to open and then ended up on the 1 at the end of it. And then the third and final one is the 19th fret of the G string. So that's the one that really went with that end riff, was that one that ended on that A note that started that new riff with the A note. Okay, so that was Dogs, the second solo. Amazing stuff. David Gilmour, Pink Floyd, Animals album. Check it out if you haven't heard it in a while. It's amazing stuff.